Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about love. Relationships are tricky. They can be messy, complicated, and sometimes downright confusing. But one thing I've learned in all these years of talking about love is this: men are simple when it comes to desire. Simple, and if you know the right moves, you can spark that fire back in a man, even if he's with someone else right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about chasing a man. So many women get caught up in the trap of thinking that if they call him, text him, or show up uninvited, he's going to fall right back in love with them. But let me be real with you, chasing a man is the fastest way to push him away. I don't care how much he used to care about you. I don't care how strong your connection was. When a man feels like he's being hunted, he runs. Men are wired to want the prize, not the person who's handing it over too easily. That's just how it works. Now, what you need to do instead is the exact opposite. You need to stop the chasing. Stop begging. Stop calling 3 times in a row. Stop leaving messages that say, "I miss you, I can't live without you." Because here's the truth: he already knows he can live without you. And if you let him see that you're desperate, you're giving him all the power. You see, men are hunters. They love the thrill of the chase. They want to feel like they're earning something valuable. And when you step back and give him space, you make him remember what it felt like to want you, to need you, to desire you. That absence, that space, it works like magic. Ladies, I want you to understand this. Absence doesn't mean you're ignoring him. Absence means you are choosing yourself over the drama. You are deciding that your happiness, your joy, peace of mind is more important than the anxiety of wondering if he's thinking about you. When you step back, you give him the chance to feel what it's like when you're not there to cater to him. And that feeling, that's powerful. That's what makes a man start to notice, start to remember, start to chase you. And don't get it twisted, this isn't about playing games. This is about respect. Respect for yourself. Respect for your worth. When you chase a man, you're telling him that you need him more than he needs you. When you stop chasing, when you step into your own life, you're saying, "I'm valuable. I'm confident. I don't settle for less than I deserve." And let me tell you, men cannot resist that energy. They are drawn to it. They want it. Even if he's with someone else, he will feel the pull. So, ladies, this is the first thing you have to master if you want him back fast. Stop chasing. Step back. Live your life. Be radiant. Be confident. Show him the woman he lost. And trust me, he'll come running. Because a man can't resist a woman who knows her worth, a woman who doesn't beg, and a woman who refuses to chase. That absence, that space, it's your secret weapon. Use it wisely, and watch him want you back faster than you ever imagined. You want him to come back fast. Then you have to understand the power of your presence. And I'm not talking about just showing up in the same room as him or sending him texts constantly. I'm talking about your emotional presence, your energy, the way you carry yourself when he's around or even when he's not. Men are drawn to energy, confidence, to a woman who is full of life and joy. When you are calm, happy, and thriving, he notices, even if he doesn't say it right away. He can feel it. And that feeling will pull him back to you faster than anything else you do. Too many women make the mistake of pouring all their energy into a man, trying to control his thoughts, trying to make him feel what they feel. That never works. You have to flip the script. Instead of trying to make him want you, focus on being so magnetic, so radiant, so full of life that he can't help but be drawn to you. Men are attracted to confidence, to women who have their own world, their own friends, their own passions. You have to be that woman. You have to shine so brightly that even if he's with someone else, he can't ignore the light you're giving off. This isn't about arrogance. It's about knowing your worth. It's about being unbothered by where he is or what he's doing because your life is thriving. You're laughing more, moving more, creating more. You're busy being amazing. And when he sees that, he remembers the woman he fell in love with, the one who could light up a room just by walking into it. He remembers what it felt like to be around your energy, to be alive when you're alive, and he starts to crave that feeling again. You also have to let him see that you're not desperate for his attention. Desperation kills attraction. Confidence builds it. When you show that your happiness doesn't depend on him, he starts to see you in a whole new light. He sees a woman who can thrive without him, and it makes him realize that losing you was the biggest mistake he ever made. Emotional presence is about owning your space, owning your life, and owning the woman you are. That presence is magnetic, and it will make him want to come back and be a part of your world. When you focus on being the best version of yourself, everything else falls into place. You don't have to text, call, or remind him of what he's missing. Your life, your energy, presence does all of that for you. He will start thinking about you constantly. He will start wondering what you're doing, who you're with, and why he can't stop thinking about you. That emotional power is stronger than any words, any chase, any game. Be magnetic, be confident, be alive, and watch how fast he wants to be back in your life. Stop overanalyzing every little thing he does. Stop sitting there wondering why he hasn't called yet, why he liked that post but didn't reply, or why he seems distant. When you do that, you give all your power away, and the man you want to attract back doesn't feel the pull of your energy anymore. Men don't respond to anxiety, to confusion, to overthinking. They respond to mystery, confidence, and the sense that a woman is living her life fully without being obsessed with him. The more you try to decode his actions, the more you push him away. When you let go of that need to control, something amazing happens. You become unpredictable in the best way. Not in a manipulative way, but in a way that reminds him that life with you is exciting, interesting, full of surprises. When a man knows exactly what you're going to do, when he knows he can predict your every move, the spark fades. When you stop overanalyzing, stop trying to guess his feelings, and instead focus on your own life, you create a magnetic energy that draws him in. He starts thinking, wait, what is she up to? Why is she glowing? Why does she seem so happy without me? That curiosity is irresistible. You have to live your life for yourself, not for him. Go out, laugh, hang with your friends, pursue your passions, work on your goals. When he sees that you're unbothered by his absence, he starts to realize what he's missing. Men are hunters. They also need to feel like they're earning the right to be a part of your life. And when you step back and stop obsessing over his every move, you give him the chance to come chasing after you. The energy you emit when you're happy and unbothered is far more attractive than any text, call, confrontation could ever be. It's not about being cold or distant. It's about being confident and in control of your own emotions. Let him see that your happiness doesn't depend on him. Let him feel the space you've created in your life, the life he's missing out on. That space makes him want to close it because humans naturally crave connection, and he will feel drawn to the woman he can't predict. The woman who is thriving without him. That unpredictability keeps him on his toes, keeps him thinking about you, keeps him wondering why he isn't part of your world anymore. So stop overanalyzing. Stop living in his head rent-free. Focus on your own growth, your own happiness, your own life. When you do that, you naturally create a magnetic pull that draws him back without saying a word. The more you step into your own power, the more he will feel the desire to be back in your orbit. Unpredictability, independence, and self-confidence are the things that make a man want a woman again, even if he's with someone else. Think about what made him want you in the first place. What was it about you that caught his eye, that made him feel alive when he was around you? Was it your laughter, your confidence, the way you carried yourself with pride and strength? Was it your energy, your independence, your fire? Go back to that. Reconnect with the woman he fell for, not the woman who waits around hoping he'll notice her. Men, remember how it felt to be with someone unforgettable. When you reconnect with that version of yourself, the one who made him feel like he had struck gold, it's like flipping a switch in his mind. Suddenly, he starts remembering the way your smile lit up a room, the way your presence made him feel like he could conquer the world. That memory is powerful and it's magnetic. It's not about changing yourself to fit what you think he wants now. It's about polishing the parts of yourself that you already know are extraordinary. The confidence, the joy, the excitement you bring to life, those are your tools. Use them. Live them fully. Laugh louder, smile brighter. Show up in life in a way that reminds him of the woman he can't get out of his head. He didn't fall for someone ordinary, and you're not ordinary. You're that spark, that light, that energy he tried to leave behind but can't. When you go back to the essence of what made him want you, he will feel it instantly even if he's trying not to. Men are wired to respond to the best version of you. They respond to energy, to vitality, someone who has life flowing through them. When you reconnect with your most magnetic self, he can't ignore it. Even if he's with someone else, he will start thinking, why does she shine like that? Why does she seem so unstoppable? That curiosity, that pull, it's irresistible. He'll want to feel that energy again, to be part of it, to be close to it. The woman he left behind becomes the woman he can't stop imagining, the woman he regrets losing. This isn't about manipulation. It's not about playing games. It's about remembering your worth, remembering the qualities that make you unforgettable and letting them shine. Confidence, joy, independence, fire, these are the things that make a man realize what he's missing. When he sees you living fully, thriving, and unapologetically yourself, he feels the pull back to you. The more authentic and magnetic you are, the faster he starts chasing again, reconnecting with your power, with your spark, with the parts of yourself that made him fall, is one of the most effective ways to draw him back. Energy is contagious. Confidence is magnetic. Being the woman he remembers and desires without changing who you are is how you make him want you again, fast, even if he's with someone else. Prioritizing your own life, your own happiness, and your own self-worth is one of the strongest moves you can make if you want a man to feel your absence and want you back. Too often, people lose themselves in relationships. They start revolving their whole world around someone else, forgetting that they have dreams, passions, friendships, and an identity outside of the relationship. When that happens, you lose the glow that attracted him in the first place. But when you pull your energy back into yourself, when you start pouring into your own life again, something incredible happens. You rise. And when you rise, he notices. Men are drawn to women who are living fully, not waiting around. When you make yourself a priority, when you start doing things that make you happy, when you start looking good, feeling good, and walking like you know who you are, he can't ignore it. Even if he's with someone else, that energy reaches him. He sees the shift. He feels it. And trust me, that kind of shift makes a man question every decision he made after leaving you. Taking care of your own life doesn't mean pretending you're fine or acting like you don't care. It means actively choosing joy. It means waking up in the morning and deciding, I'm going to live for me today. Go to the gym, start a new hobby, reconnect with your friends. Take care of yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally. When you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, you naturally become more attractive, not because you're trying to get him back, but because you're becoming someone powerful, someone confident, someone he realizes he should have never walked away from. A man can't resist a woman who respects herself. And when you prioritize your life, you send a message without saying a single word. I'm not waiting for you. I'm building myself. That message hits harder than any text you could ever send. He starts asking himself why you're happier, why you're glowing, why you seem lighter. He wonders who you're talking to, who you're spending time with, and why you're not calling him anymore. That curiosity is what brings him back. The truth is, when you put your happiness first, you stop feeling desperate. You stop feeling anxious. You start remembering who you are. You start living again. And men are drawn to that kind of energy more than anything else. You can't attract someone back from a place of emptiness, but you can attract them back from a place of strength, joy, and self-worth. It's your confidence that pulls him in. It's your glow that makes him pause. It's your life, your full, rich, beautiful life that makes him want to be part of your world again. So make yourself the center of your life again. When you put you first, everything else shifts. You become magnetic. You become unforgettable. And that's when he realizes he wants back in fast, even if he thought he had moved on. Operating from empowerment instead of manipulation is the real secret to making a man want you back and want you fast. When you move from a place of insecurity, fear, or desperation, your energy pushes him away without you even realizing it. But when you stand in your power, when you know your worth, and you carry yourself like a woman who doesn't need to beg or prove herself, that energy becomes magnetic. Men feel it. They respond to it. They can't ignore it. And even if he's with someone else, that empowered version of you will rise in his mind over and over again. You see, manipulation comes from fear. It's the fear that if you don't control him, he'll forget you. The fear that if you don't chase him, he'll choose someone else. Fear that if you don't force his attention, he'll never come back. But empowerment comes from the opposite place. It comes from confidence, self-respect, from the belief that you deserve real love that flows naturally, not something you have to beg for, compete for, trick someone into giving. When you operate from empowerment, you don't need to play games. Your strength does the talking. Men are far more drawn to a woman who stands tall on her own than to a woman who uses tactics to pull him back. When you're empowered, you're not trying to prove that you're better than the woman he's with. You're not trying to outshine her or show him.